I got into a car accident because nature distracted me. I've dabbled in photography for a while now. I had a 101 class back in college, but it never became a real hobby until my 40s. It's something fun to do, especially for older guys like me. When I was in my early 20s, the idea of developing film and matting photos didn't seem very appealing. Owning a digital camera was a real game changer. Once my passion for photography grew, I started looking at the world a little differently. Now, every day, everywhere I go, there could potentially be a chance to take some photos. I got into trouble the other week. I was on my way into work on the highway, and the most beautiful sunrise I've ever seen was behind me. It was one of those sunrises where the sun was partially hidden behind the clouds, and the light beams were blasting all around it, and even at one point the sun was shining through the clouds. I admired this phenomenon from my side mirror, and the next thing I knew, I smashed into the car in front of me. Not a good idea in stop-and-go traffic. Fortunately, it was just a minor fender bender, and both myself and the other driver were okay. It did create a headache with all the different things related to insurance. But this experience taught me an important lesson. First, to keep my eyes on the road. That was always something I've been careful about until that day. But secondly, it taught me something else. To be prepared. To be prepared to consider perhaps pulling over and taking some photos if I have my camera with me. On another morning, several months ago, I was on my way to church. I didn't get into an accident, but I saw one of the most beautiful scenes I've ever seen. It was foggy, the sun was out, and light rays were shining through the trees, and it just looked really majestic. And it was almost as if it was something straight out of a fantasy movie. And as you would have guessed it, I didn't have my camera that day, but I really had wished I could have pulled over and take photos. I wanted to share these experiences with you because photography isn't just about knowing how to take good photos, it's knowing when to take photos. Knowing how to use your camera helps when it's the right time. In my opinion, that's half the battle. It's about being in the right place at the right time and capturing the moment. Of course, you could be more intentional about it and come up with a plan ahead of time, which I would definitely recommend. Unfortunately, it may be some of those times that you didn't have your camera with you that you end up remembering the most. So something I would definitely recommend would be taking your camera with you more frequently if there's a chance that there might be some beautiful scenery you didn't expect to see.